Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to do my boyfriend a favor, and he's written this book. It's about 50 more climbs. It's his second book and it's at the moment in the Dutch language. But I wanted to surprise him and I wanted to support him, because when people buy a book, he has a book presentation very soon, they get a coaster. So that was my idea behind it, and I just thought I'd share this with you. I want those coasters to be used on two sides. So on the pouring side now, or on the bottom side, sorry, I will try to make an effect, and of course it's very thin with the resin. The mold is only 8mm deep. It's, by the way, the squared coaster mold from MoldsandShapes. It's one of their basic molds, and I thought it's perfect, especially also for men. They don't want all these flowery coasters, so I thought just a plain and straight coaster, this is perfect, and also not with too much glitter and stuff like this. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm spreading my clear resin. You see, I really only make a thin layer of clear resin, and then I'm just spreading it. As you saw, maybe I'm using here the Fast Cure Resin, because then I can work faster further, because the Fast Cure needs around about 4 hours and then it's cured. So now I'm just spreading my resin so that the bottom of my mold or of my molds are just covered, and then I can start pouring. I will also use the heat gun just to pop some bubbles which are on the surface. So I'm very curious if this will work, what I want to do. And like I said, I just want to support him. At the moment, this book is only available in Dutch language. And hopefully by the end of the year, I will have supported him by translating this book into English language. So this is the plan. And yeah, there you go. Telling a little bit about my boyfriend, he is a passionate cyclist. He cycles all over Europe, all the mountains, the Alps and the Pyrenees, and we were on Tenerife. He did the Tide. Do you say Tide? I think so. And etc., etc. So he really loves it, and he has his experience of the climbs and what he sees, all the landscapes, all described in his book. Anyway, enough of him now. Talking about me, I'm altering my colors, and you saw I have the teal, and this is a mica powder from Etta Art, and I'm using the interference champagne, and I'm doing a spiral. So I just want to have a very simple effect, nothing spectacular, only so that people can use the coaster from both sides. And yeah, I just make this square spiral, and I'm using all what I have in my cup. And then for the next coasters, I'm doing exactly the same thing. Again, I'm using the interference champagne, some of the teal color, and then the interference champagne. And again, I'm doing my spiral. So I hope it's all closing up very well. I mean, the Let's Resin Fast Cure is a very thick resin. Normally for a thick resin, I'm using the Mastercast resin, but I'm very happy that Let's Resin sent me the Fast Cure resin again. It's an awesome resin to work with. I really like it. And I get, especially with the crackle effect, I get very nice effects. Anyway, now I'm altering again my colors like I did before. And of course, I'm hoping I mixed enough so that I have enough resin for my spirals. And I'm really curious how these colors are blending, how it's going to look like on the other side once this pour is done. So as you can imagine, this pour is also done in several steps. So I need to be very patient. And in total, I want to make like 20 coasters for him. So don't worry, you don't need to go with me through all the 20 coasters. The 4 are enough. But this is what I want to do. I want to also change the colors a little bit so that there's a little bit of an alternative from the color scheme. But I thought, you know, I go with very not too bright colors, more like natural looking colors, because I don't think that those men, which mainly buy this book, I guess, will like so bright colors. So anyway, I've done this spirals, and now I can make sure that my resin is curing. I will also use the heat gun and the torch a little bit just to pop some bubbles which are on the surface. But I must admit the Fast Cure Resin has a very good bubble release. I really like it. And now there's going to come a time lapse where you can see how the resin is moving and what it's doing. Really curious about these effects. Like I said, it's only poured very thin, maybe 4 millimeters or something. So I have the rest for my picture of my boyfriend. You see it there. It's him on the bike. I actually took the picture, I think. No, this picture I didn't take. So this was on one of his tours, and there was a professional photographer, and he took the picture. It was like this. I was almost lying, so it's not, yeah. Anyway, I just make sure that I press those onto my resin pieces because it's still a little bit sticky. And I'm glad that I cut the pictures good to size, that they're really fitting into the mold. So there's the next one. And I need to be careful because once it's stuck, it's stuck. So I need to be a little bit accurate. I cannot move them really. But anyway, now I let them cure so that they are proper stuck on my resin, and then I can go further. And this is the next step. I think it was in the evening, and I just make a top layer, and I'm just using the Ultra Cast resin, which is a medium viscosity resin, and I think you can use it for up to 80 degrees. Yeah, hot cups or something like this. But you cannot put a cup straight away on your cured resin. You need to wait like 30 days till it's fully cured, and then it's also proof for such a temperature. But you will see later that I messed up a little bit with these coasters. Yeah, it's the first time I'm doing something like this, and something needs to happen. So anyway, I will explain it to you once I'm doing the demolding. And so far I'm quite happy. It looks quite good. I just make sure that my resin is doming a little bit in the mold, but I need to be careful that no resin, yeah, is exceeding out of the mold. So it looks good. I let it cure 24 hours and I can demold, and I'm very curious how these are looking. They pop out good out of this mold. It's a brand new mold because I thought, you know, if I do something like this, I want a mold where there's no scratches, where's, you know, which is just perfect, so that I don't need to do top layer. But you will see about top layer in a second. Yeah, just the last one, and then I can show you the coaster. I was annoyed because I also used some alcohol, and because of the alcohol, my top coat has these marks, you know, and this is not nice. This is, by the way, the effect. I really like it. And when I turn this over again, you maybe see those marks. See in the center? And what I did this off camera. I was grinding the surface, and then I gave it a top layer, a top coat again. And after this, they were really good. So this was my little hiccup where I had problems. But look at the back side. I think it really looks very nice. And you can really use those coasters from both sides. So the top side is now always the same. So I hope I don't bore you with my boyfriend. And this is now what's on the other side. I really like these effects. It's just something very, very easy, very simple, but I think it's perfect, and also in color perfect for this design. So this is the last one. And like I said, I needed to make a new top layer because of what happened. But now you see everything is sorted. It's shining very good. And yeah, it worked very well. And showing you all the 4 coasters, I'm gonna love and leave you. I hope I gave you an idea maybe for someone in your family. And yeah, take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.